Right. So, Mr. Scott, it looks like you and Ms. Krusich either are or were in a relationship,
We dated. We don't live together. Never have lived together.
but you dated.
A little bit. Yes, Your Honor.
And both she and Ms. Gogan work at DSHS.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, as do you.
Yes, 30 years.
Okay. And are you in their supervisory chain of command?
Can I explain that to you, Your Honor? So, I work for the Office of the Secretary. Mrs. Gogan, she's administrative assistant for our boss, who is the second in command of the whole department. Lisa Yanagita is the chief of staff. Okay. So that's where where the problem lies is that per our administrative policy that I think I attached there for you to look at, she's violated that. And as I move forward and present a lawsuit and everything else, because in this, in some of the photos I sent you, she sent these memes and information around to the office. And if you see the one that I sent you, where it says in there, do you see who's on there? And I'm a coworker. Where she says, dude, I wouldn't normally message a coworker, but I can't stop laughing. So here it is in this office where you're the admin assistant to the second highest person in our administration. And now how am I supposed to work with you every day and trust when you're discriminating and doing all these acts of inappropriate behavior in the workplace? Mm-hmm. And so part of my action is I'm probably going to file a lawsuit against her. And so I need that protection for me because per our policy, this administrative policy, she's probably going to lose her job because of that. She even the words that she uses where she knows what she's doing is right. I wouldn't normally message a coworker, but I can't stop laughing. And then even looking at this, she talks about how she's in this picture with her boyfriend, but she's on this single dating site just for kicks. And then the meme that she puts in there, where and she makes a comment and she's laughing her head off.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's courtroom breakdown features 3 very different cases, but they all share one common theme. People walking into court expecting legal remedies for problems that the law simply wasn't designed to solve. First, we have a government employee seeking a protection order because former romantic partners and co-workers are allegedly posting embarrassing comments about him online. Then we head to Florida, where a defendant is handed what many attorneys would consider a dream opportunity, a chance to have criminal charges dismissed entirely, yet somehow manages to complicate one of the best deals imaginable. And finally, we'll examine a debt collection case involving arguments about debt validation, missed court appearances, garnishments, and a last-minute attempt to undo a default judgment. As we move through these hearings, pay close attention to how each judge approaches the facts. Notice that judges are not there to solve every personal grievance or frustration. Their job is to apply the law to the specific legal question before them. That distinction becomes incredibly important in all 3 cases. You'll hear people present long explanations, personal hardships, workplace conflicts, and procedural complaints, but the courts repeatedly return to one question: does the law actually provide the remedy being requested? The answers may surprise you. We'll see misunderstandings about free speech, confusion about criminal procedure, and misconceptions about debt collection law. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of why certain arguments succeed while others fall apart the moment they're tested in court. Let's jump into our first hearing and see whether this protection order request has any chance of surviving judicial scrutiny.
So that in itself, and then I'm the senior administrative officer there. I'm third from my boss in the department. I've been working for DSHS for 30 years, Your Honor. I've attained my MBA. I have a HRMS background. I have a Sigma SME. I've been in the Army 20 years. Currently, I own my own business. All these things that she's doing affect me greatly. And it's an issue and it's a concern. And once that lawsuit drops, it's going to be a problem. So that's the Dogan thing. And then if you look at the administrative policy on number 3, actions that violate this policy aren't limited. Violations via phone, email, text, social media, electronic communication. Such behavior can also be outside of work. It specifically speaks to this in our administrative policy.
So as to Ms. Gogan, your concern is about her posting something online.
Well, in the workplace. So,
okay, and what about Ms.
So let me finish this. Please, let me finish this. So I also have currently the Washington State Attorney General's office. I have a motion in with them because these folks are up there are putting photos online without the permission of
who's doing it?
Are we dating him too? It's a site it's a group that's embedded into Facebook. And currently I have with this Attorney General's to take that website down because they are putting males photos up without their permission, and they are women who are on there that are anonymous. So you don't know who it is. It could be any bandwagon person like Ms. Dogan, who's in a dating relationship, who jumps on there for giggles and can post anything she wants. There's not, it's libel and it's slanderous. And here I work with this person, and you're going onto a website like that where it's very, very libel and slander. So I'm working on doing that for that website. Mrs. Krusich, she was upset that I stopped dating her, and I sent her home one night. And then here, when you're looking at a couple of those, her first posting, she tried to be anonymous and said that this guy was trying to get me to go to work or to blah blah blah, and I sent the photos on there. It didn't look like I tried too hard to get her there. She looked pretty happy there. And then currently, not only does she work for DSHS, but she also has a few things of mine, and she's saying things that are disparaging on that website. And now she has her name on there, and she's identified me where I work, which is very slanderous. I'm currently in my position. I'm in the Army Reserves. I'm also a voting member for BHR in Olympia. And she knows several of those folks. So here it is, you're saying slanderous and libel things, and I could lose that spot, which is a very coveted position for me to be on a voting board here in Olympia. It took me a long time to get that position.